A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to class 11th economics period. So before we start our today's class, we should definitely take the name of God and we should recite Gayatri Mantra for 3 times, which we are doing, on regular basis. So all of you please be in Gyan Mudra. Okay. So let's continue today's class. And we were doing microeconomics unit 1 introduction. Some of the topics I had already explained you yesterday. Basic definitions we have covered, key terms and basic concepts. I hope now you people are familiar with the term scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost as we did it yesterday. Scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. So for the 5 minutes, we'll be doing the recapitulation of the class that we did yesterday, and then I'll be continuing with the topic for today's class. All right. If we talk about the term scarcity, I already told you scarcity is the limited availability of resources, because human wants are unlimited. We want to buy so many things, but the resources which we people are having are always scarce in nature, limited in nature in relation to demand for that. So that concept gives us the term scarcity. Then we talked about choice. Choice is basically selecting the best thing out of the available alternatives. That means you have to make a choice out of the available alternatives. And it is the one of the biggest problem in economy, because this is the problem of choice. We have limited resources with us, and unlimited human wants are there, and also with that limited resource I can buy many things. That means alternative uses of resources are also there. Let us understand it in a simple form. I have rupees 1000 with me. That means a limited resource, because I have made a tagged, that is it is 1000 rupees. So that is a limited resource. That 1000 rupees can be spent on various goods and services. I can buy a lot of many goods and services from that 1000 rupee. That means alternative uses of resources are there, because those 1000 rupees can be utilized on purchasing of chocolates, on purchasing of clothes, on purchasing of books, right? For getting my mobile recharged, for purchasing of stationery items, for purchasing of any other consumption items, which means alternative uses are there for that 1000 rupees. And my my wants are also unlimited. I wish to buy chocolates also. I wish to buy clothes as well. I wish to buy stationery items as well, which means my wants are also unlimited. But because of the major problem like scarcity, I need to make a choice. And selecting the best possible, selecting the best possible output from the available resources is actually economics. That is economics. Selecting the best possible thing from the available resources is actually the economics. So that's why we say that economics is all about making of choice. And as you can see, the scarcity here is actually the biggest problem, because we have limited availability of resources. And when we have limited availability of resources, there seems to be a scarcity, right? The third thing, opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost is basically the cost of next best alternative foregone. I told you that there are three options, right? Three options, like you can work as a teacher. Suppose you can work as a teacher and earn rupees 80,000 per month. You can work as a doctor and earn rupees 1,50,000 per month. And you can work as a businessman and earn rupees 50,000 per month, right? So when we say opportunity cost, that comes to the point that the next best alternative foregone, which means if you have selected working as a doctor and started earning rupees 1,50,000 per month, tell me what will be the opportunity cost of that. Nilima Jain, what will be the opportunity cost in that case if you have selected working as a doctor and started earning rupees 1,50,000? Yes, Nilima.
So, working as a businessman or working as a teacher?
Which means the next best alternative after working as a, if I say after working as a doctor, you started earning 1,50,000, then the best next alternative is 80,000
Wo-
working as a
Yes.
teacher. So that will be the opportunity cost of being working in a doctor. Now next point comes out, if you started working as a businessman and started earning rupees 50,000 per month, now tell me that what will be the opportunity cost. Now tell me what will be the opportunity cost. Yes, I started getting answers in chat box. Okay, Rishabh Tomar, I want to ask from Rishabh Tomar. He will be telling me that what is the opportunity cost of working as a businessman. Rishabh, kindly raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Yes, Rishabh, speak. The opportunity cost of working as a businessman,
1,50,000.
which means working as a doctor,
Business
because
or
that is
doctor
the because that is the best next alternative foregone,
for one.
right? Okay. So let's continue with the next slide. As these 3 points we had done yesterday, so that was the recapitulation. Now coming out to the next slide, meaning of economics, that also we covered yesterday, but a recapitulation for these 2 slides. Economics. I told you that if you have 1000 rupees with you, which is the limited resource available, that 1000 rupees can be used in various alternative ways. For example, you can use that 1000 rupees on buying chocolates. You can use that 1000 rupees on buying clothes. You can use that 1000 rupees on buying some clothes or on buying some stationery items. So various alternatives are available through which you can use that 1000 rupees. Economics says how to use the limited resources in a best possible way. The economics is about how to use the limited resources in a best possible way. That is known as economics. So economics is all about using the limited resources in such a way that these resources gives you the best possible outcome and all your most urgent wants are fulfilled. But why I have given this point that all your most urgent wants are fulfilled? For this, I would like to tell you, our wants are always unlimited. Human wants are always unlimited. We want to buy, various kinds of goods and services. With the available 1000 rupees, I want to buy stationery items also. मेरी want है वो. I want to get my mobile phone recharged as well. I want to buy some chocolates also. I want to buy some other items also. My wants are unlimited. But economics says that how to use those limited resources in such a way that gives you the best possible outcome, right? So the problem which we did yesterday, that was problem of choice. Problem of choice, which means problem of choice is that how you make a choice out of the given resources. Now I want to ask this from you people. What is problem of choice and how it can be avoided? There should be some solution, na, by which the problem of choice can be easily thrown out, or it easily can be corrected. What is basically the problem of choice? Why do it arises? What is the main reason that why problem of choice is arising? Okay, I'm getting the answers in the chat box, but I want to ask from you people. Okay, Namish Jalan.
Oops.
What is problem of choice and what is the major root cause that this problem
Scarcity
arises?
of resources, and they have alternative uses.
So scarcity of resources, we can say it is the major root cause of raising this problem of choice.
Yes, sir.
Tell me just what is scarcity of resources, why does it arises, and how we can avoid this problem?
The scarcity of resources means resources are limited in relation to wants of human beings.
Perfect. Okay, then what economics tells us what we should do to solve
Sir,
this problem?
we should allocate the resources in the best possible manner so it can satisfy maximum human wants.
Perfect. Okay, I would like to ask this from other student. Namish, kindly mute yourself. Piyush Watwani. Piyush, you tell me, what do you mean by scarcity of resources?
The scarcity of resources refers to the shortage of resources.
Okay, and how this problem can be solved?
Sir, this problem can be solved if we will utilize the resources in the best possible way, which are scarce in nature.
Fine. So ultimately, we can simply say that scarcity is the one which is the root cause of major economic problem. And that should definitely be solved out. And that is being solved out when we are taking the economics of resources very seriously. And economics of resources tells us that whatever resources are available with you, limited resources are available with you, you should always use those resources in such a way, in such possible way, that your most urgent wants are fulfilled first. Because our wants are of two types. One is my urgent wants, and one is the want which can be postponed. Then definitely we would always like to have, agar to mere paas, if I have abundance of resources, then there is no problem at all. I can use any resource in any way. I can, fulfill all my wants in a best possible way as I like. But the question arises, if you have limited resource, then you must use those limited resources in such a way that your most urgent wants are fulfilled, right? इस time पे lockdown में people are not earning, or they are earning less, or they are getting less income, but still we have many wants to fulfill. मन तो कर रहे हैं ना घर पे पिज्जा भी मंगवा के खाएं बाहर से जो नॉन वेजिटेरियंस है वो लोग कहते हैं हम चिकन भी मंगा के खाएं, बट वी पीपल आर नॉट ईटिंग. व्हाई? बिकॉज आवर मोस्ट अर्जेंट वांट एट दिस टाइम इज टू हैव अ मील, बिकॉज आवर रिसोर्सेज आर लेस. क्या हम लोग कपड़े खरीद के बाहर से पहन रहे हैं? नए. वी आर नॉट बाइंग क्लोथ्स बिकॉज दैट वांट कैन बी पोस्टपोन्ड, because my resources at this time are limited. Although we have always limited resources, but this time is time pe to we have more shortage of resources because sabki incomes decrease hui as an economic effect of COVID-19. So definitely the economics tells us that how these resources can be used in best possible way, that the resources can be used in a best way, that the most urgent wants can be fulfilled easily. I hope this is clear to all. Fine. Now let's come to the next slide. Types of economies. The third one. Please make the heading in your notebook. Types of economies. First of all, let me tell you that there are 3 types of economies in the world that you can opt for. See, our country got independent in 1947, right? Then the first thing which we had in our mind was to actually see that which type of economy do we want, which type of economy do we want for our country. So we had to see that what are the type of economies available, what are the type of economies available in the world. So there are always 3 types of economies available in the world. The very first type of economies that is available in the world is market economy, or we say capitalist economy. The next is socialist economy, and uske baad aata hai mixed economy. So we are going to study this one by one, that what is capitalist economy, what is socialist economy, and what is the third one, mixed economy. So let me tell you first of all what is capitalist economy. When I say what is capitalist economy, I will simply say whenever all the decisions in the economy, please listen very carefully, when all the decisions in the economy are taken care by the private firms in the country, it is known as capitalist economy. Which means whenever in the economy you see that the decisions, major decisions are taken by the private firms, that is known as capitalist economy. Then there comes the second, socialist economy. When all the decisions, when the complete power is in the hand of government, and all the decisions are taken by the, when all the decisions are taken by the government only, that is known as the second economy, which is the socialist economy. So we can simply say that socialist economy is the one, we can simply say the socialist economy is the one in which all the decisions are taken by the, tell me, government. Yes. And third comes out to be the, third is, yes, mixed economy, which is the hybrid of socialistic and capitalistic. चलो इसको एक बहुत अच्छे एग्जांपल से समझते हैं. अमेरिका, capitalist economy. All the major decisions are taken by market demand and supply factors, which means the private firms, private sector, on the basis of market supply and demand, they are taking all the decisions. That is actually known as the capitalist economy. If we talk about the next one, the second, socialist economy, China, where all the major decisions, are being taken by the, yes, taken by the government only, which means every control is in the hand of government. Each and every control is in the hand of government, and government is the one who is taking the complete decision. Government is the one who is taking the complete decision that what all government has to do. That is the socialist economy. And the third one comes out to be, that is the third आता, that is mixed economy. And mixed economy means, mixed economy का मतलब यहाँ पे है the economy which is the hybrid of socialistic and capitalistic. The economy which is the hybrid of socialistic and capitalistic, like India, in which some power is in the hand of private sector and some power is in the hand of गवर्नमेंट. जो गवर्नमेंट की चीजें हैं गवर्नमेंट उस पर ध्यान देती है, और प्राइवेट वाले को लिबर्टी, काफी हद तक लिबर्टी दी हुई है. I hope this is clear to all. What is capitalist economy, what is socialist economy, and what is mixed economy? Who is going to tell me? Just raise your hands, please. Who is going to tell me what is capitalistic, what is socialistic, and what is mixed economy? Just raise your hands. And I will be asking from you people first, otherwise I'll be unmuting anybody and asking that. First is capitalist economy. Anshika. Yes, Anshika. You are unmuted.
So capitalistic economy, whenever all the decisions in economy are taken care by private firms.
Okay. That is capitalist economy. And what is socialist economy?
When all the decisions are taken by the government only.
Okay, when all the decisions are taken by the government, that is the socialist economy. Very good. Now, I would like to ask this from Nilima.
Yes, sir.
All three, capitalist, socialist, and mixed economy.
So first is the capitalist. In this type of economy, all the private firms are having to take the decisions, and in the socialist, all the decisions are taken by the government of that particular country. And in the mixed economy, it is the hybrid of the socialist and capitalist economy. That means in this type of economy, both the government and private firms take the decisions.
Okay, now I'm going to just speak out some lines. You people have to identify that for which economy I'm talking about. Social welfare. Social welfare will be the objective of which type of economy among these three? Social welfare. Tell me. Social welfare will be the example of which type of economy? Very good. I started getting answers in chat box. Socialist, everybody is saying right. Socialist economy, of course, because social welfare means where government is taking all the decisions, and if government is taking all the decisions, then definitely government will take the decision to make social welfare in the economy, so that everybody should be like in a proper way. Everyone should be there who are actually working properly. Fine. If I tell about the next point, the second point that comes out to be profit maximization will be the objective of which type of economy? Profit maximization. Yes, Vaishali, Siddhi, Harshita, Namish, Ronak, Dhruv, Darshika, Nilima, Ambika Mohta. Very good. Ambika, you have given wrong answer. Anshika, Samay. Yes, that is capitalist economy. Acha, market economy likha tha, so that is correct. हाँ. Khushi, no, mixed economy will not be there. So capitalist economy, fine. Okay, let's move further. So the next slide, that is branches of economics. Now we have two branches of economics, microeconomics and macroeconomics. There are two branches of economics, microeconomics and macroeconomics. As you people are studying microeconomics in class 11th, and then you will start studying macroeconomics in class 12th. So let me tell you about microeconomics. If I ask for micro, तो एक आपको एक बहुत अच्छे उसके साथ explain करता हूँ, you will never forget that. Okay, when we talk about micro, right? जब हम micro की बात कर रहे हैं, तो you people can see in micro we have this I, right? We have this I. Micro में I है. And if I talk about macro, Please wait a minute. Let me just correct it. If I talk about micro, then you can see that in this micro word we have this I. And if we talk about macro, in macro we have this word A. But what is the relevance of this I and A? Talking about micro, I stands for individual. And talking about macro, A stands for aggregate. So when I say I, micro में I की जब बात की, that is individual, which means we talk about the individual decision making. And when we talk about macro, we talk about A for aggregate decision making. So macro में A stands for aggregate and micro में I stands for individual. So in microeconomics, actually it deals with the decision making. It deals with the decision making. And in macro, A stands for aggregate, so it deals with the aggregate of economics. So micro mein we take the individual decisions, we take decisions of individual things, and in macro we take decisions of aggregate things as a whole. Micro is actually a narrow concept and macro is actually a wider concept, right? Micro is a narrow concept and macro is a wider concept. Microeconomics is even also known as price theory. Microeconomics is also known as price theory because it tells us various things such as allocation on the foundation of relative prices. For example, it is known as price theory because here we study about the price of a particular commodity. And macroeconomics is also known as the income theory because here we actually consider the national income. Wider concept है ना, तो यहाँ पे एक particular demand की बात नहीं होती. We are not talking about individual demand. Here we are talking about aggregated demand. All right. So micro and macro, at least three differences you need to learn. Microeconomics, in which you can write first that I stands for individual, and whereas in macro, A stands for aggregate. In micro, it is the study of individual behavior, and macro is the study of aggregate of behavior, right? Microeconomics is also known as price theory, and macroeconomics is also known as income theory. All right. Microeconomics deals with various factors of production from a single owner to single user, but macroeconomics deals with circular flow of income because that is the aggregate concept, major concept. So that it basically dependent upon the major portions only. All right. So if we talk about the next slide, that is economic problem and its emergence, which we people had already covered. You already know economic problem, that is problem of choice. वो हमारी problem है, problem of choice की, and it arises because of the three major reasons. Human wants are unlimited, resources are limited, and resources have alternative uses. That's why we simply say that economic problem is the problem in all economies, no doubt, because all these 3 points, unlimited human wants, limited resources availability, and alternative uses of resources, that is there in every type of economy. In every type of economy. That's why we simply say that economy faces problem of choice. So if any question comes out in 3 marks, what is economic problem and why do it arises? Then you can simply say that economic problem is problem of making choice. And this problem arises due to various reasons. Reasons like human wants are unlimited. Reasons like resources are limited. Reasons like resources have alternative uses. Is it clear? Now you people are going to tell me again. Ankita, I would like to ask from you, what is economic problem? Why do it arises? Ankita, unmute yourself. You can speak, Ankita. Ankita, you are not unmuted yet. I have unmuted from my side. I think you have not unmuted yourself from there. Is it? Just raise your hand, Ankita. I have unmuted you, Ankita.
Yes, sir. So,
Wha-
economic problem is choice.
Hmm.
It arises due to various factors such as limited resources. Resources are very limited on Earth, and due unlimited wants, as the human wants are unlimited, and due to alternative uses, the resources have varied. So, the problem of choice occurs due to these reasons.
Then what is the solution of this problem?
Sir, solves problem.
I-
The
Do,
resources
do,
get unlimited.
does economics tells us the solution?
The
Because we know that resources are already scarce.
yeah,
We have unlimited wants, and also the resources can be used in alternative ways. That what can be the solution to this problem of choice?
the solution to this problem of choice that we judiciously use these resources so that it fulfills
Hmm.
urgent wants.
Very good. That we should always use these resources in such a way that all our major wants are fulfilled. Right? Okay.
Yes,
Same
sir.
question. Same question. Now I would like to ask from Ambika Mota. Ambika. Same question from you, Ambika. What is problem of choice and how it can be avoided? Ambika, unmute yourself from your side. Hmm.
Yeah, sir, economic problem is a problem of choice involving satisfaction of unlimited resources. It
Okay.
occurs the it occurs because the resources are scarce.
Hmm.
They have alternative uses, and there
Okay.
are unlimited wants of human.
Fine. So scarce resources, alternative uses, and also human wants, that leads to give the problem of choice in the economy. Piyush Watwani, my question. No, I would like to ask from Ronak. Ronak Malhotra, my question to you. If these are the causes of economic problem, then what can be the solution of this problem of choice? Because our wants are unlimited, we want to buy all the things which we want. But what can be the solution of our economic problem, that is problem of choice? Over
Sir,
to you, Ronak. Hmm.
We can use resources safely, not excessive use.
Which means
We
the
can,
best possible way should be there, best possible use
yes,
should be there,
yes,
and the wastage should be avoided. And how we
yes,
can
sir.
avoid the wastage of resource, and how we will
Sir,
come to know that which want I need to fulfill at this time and which want I can postpone.
sir, which want is not necessary for this time.
Yeah, because the thing which is not necessary, as like in the COVID-19 situation, it is not necessary to go to the restaurants and taking the food service there or having food there. It is not necessary to buy new clothes from the market and wearing it at home only when we are in the lockdown. So definitely these wants are not necessity at this point. That can be avoided, which can be avoided. So that thing should be there. All right, perfect, Ronak. So I hope the topic is clear to all. Today's class topic is clear to all. That is, what is economic problem? Why do it arises? How it can be solved? And secondly, what are the three types of economies available? And thirdly, the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So these three questions we have covered in today's class. Difference between micro and macro first. Secondly, we have covered the what is the economic problem, why do it arises, and how it can be solved. And the third question we had covered is this: types of economies available to us. So I hope it is clear to all. If you people face any doubt, kindly post it in WhatsApp. I will definitely revert with the answer, right? So these 3 questions you must have to do by today, and we'll continue the chapter tomorrow. You all have the books now. Kindly start reading out the topics which we have done and start writing the answers in the notebook only. All right, and those who have not got the notebooks yet, kindly go tomorrow in the school and buy the notebook. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. Good luck. Goodbye.